Hi everyone, so we have just made these adorable little jammy biscuits. There is a two-part tutorial in my TikTok. So now what I want to do is just build a little stand for them to sit on to match our Alice. So I bought this from Temu. It's got like the pearls on the top and it's a pink frill. So I'm going to pop this around the edge. These are just plastic tubs. A pack of 5, I think I got these from Home Bargains. And to fit in with the theme, I'm going to use some light blue felt. Obviously you can use whatever you would like. So I'm just going to pop this lid off. You can use any lids, any plastic, especially if you want to do one of these little displays, just like I am. So because it's felt, I can use a glue gun. Obviously you can use cardstock, glitter, fabrics, anything like that. Just bearing in mind, if it's a really thin fabric, I would use tacky glue, only because when you put your glue gun on and then obviously you put your lid on, you don't want lumps and bumps on the underside of the topping. So because I know this is going to be fine with my glue gun, I'm just going to run my glue gun just around this rim, stick that on, and then I'm going to cut that out. I've just now glue gunned the felt onto the lid, and then my frill just comes down sort of like halfway. If you've got sort of like an extra trim, you might want to do some decoration inside here. I just want to add sort of like a blue rim to this. So what I'm going to do is just pop this down here, cut out a circle, and then I'm going to glue gun my circle into the bottom of here. My felt is now in the bottom of my pot and at the top. So with the frill that I mentioned earlier, I bought this from Temu because I want this rim covering. Obviously, depending on what pots you've got and depending on what you are using, you might want to go further down. Obviously, you know, you just need to have a play about with how your lid sits, but I do want to cover this plastic. So my idea is to pop this just on the top here with my glue gun. That way it's just going to give me that little frill at the top, and then obviously cover my plastic. But as you can see, you can put some little display inside there as well. But the way I'm going to display it, you're probably not going to see the inside. But like I say, depending on what you've got, if you've just got some ribbon to put along, you'll have the inside of here to decorate as well. You know, add some little cups, some bits and pieces, use some bits from your kits, whatever you want to do. So I'm going to use my glue gun. I'm just going to run it along here, place this along, and then I'm going to join it and trim it at the end. I have now glued on my trim. So next we're going to decorate the top. So I've just pulled out a few bits and pieces from the kits. This is the Alice kit I'm working on. Obviously this will be the tea party as well. So in your kits you'll get a little 10 and 6 and a little top hat. What I'm going to do is just snip that corner off there. That way what it'll do is it'll sit on this hat better. So you're just giving yourself a rim. I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue gun on here. So a glue gun is absolutely fine with this. Just to make myself a little top hat. Bend that over. Like this. And then we've also got our 2 biscuits that we made earlier. I've also picked out 3 of the macarons that I sell. I know a lot of you have these. I've also picked out some of the cards from the Alice kit as well. The Eat Me and Drink Me sticker. And then obviously just a few of these. So I know a lot of you have one of each of the kits, so you can do whatever you like. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have a play about and then I'll be back. So let's just sort of build it together. So with the Drink Me sticker, this bottle is out the Alice as well as this little printout as well. You can pop it around your glass like this, or just like I'm going to do. I'm going to use my glue gun and I'm just going to attach it to the bottle, just so it sort of like sticks out. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue gun. Then I'm just going to adhere that to there. You'll also get a cork as well, but I'm going to fill this in a second. This is also part of the Alice kit, so I'm certainly going to be using one of those. That's a little hat that we've done earlier, and my 3 little macarons. So my thinking, obviously you can have a play about with it depending on how big your little setting is to maybe have the macarons over here and have my top hat over here. And then also in the Alice kit there is a straw. So with some that I got out the Paint the Roses Red. So this is a mixture of all 3 kits. What I want to do is just pop some onto a straw, just so I can put this at the back rather than sort of like trying to glue that in there. I just want a little bit of height. So I'm going to use this more of like a pole. You might want to add in your arrows if you want to as well, or you can put your arrows around your rim depending on what you have selected. So I'm just going to glue some bits and pieces just onto the straw, and then I'll be back. I've chosen these 3 pieces just to glue at the back here. Obviously your straw might be far too long, mine certainly is. Rather than just using a glue gun just to stick to the bottom of here, what will happen is over time it might become a little bit wobbly. So I'm just going to take everything off the top, and I'm just going to trim this straw down just a little bit. You will see how big it needs to be. And then what I'm going to do is just poke a hole inside this plastic. You can use the end of your scissors or a little craft knife. So I want it further back. So I'm just going to go through the plastic. And then with a skewer, that is now going to go inside my my glass or plastic, whatever you want to call it. Trim this off. And then the straw is going to sit over the top of our skewer. That way, if we were just to put some glue on the top of there, it doesn't, you know, it gives it a lot more support. I'm just going to run my glue gun just along the bottom here, and then I'm just going to glue that inside like this. This is now glue gunned onto there, and as you can see it is really sturdy. Rather than just sort of like gluing the straw just onto the base, it stops it being really wobbly. So now we're going to start gluing bits and pieces in. So we're going to start with the larger pieces. So we have 2 of the jammy biscuits. So with the jammy biscuits, with it being clay, you are best using tacky glue with these, because what will happen is if you use your glue gun on these, it will pick off your clay. So using some tacky glue, just the cheap version. I want these sort of like upright a little bit, so what I'm going to do is just pop my tacky glue on the back of my biscuit and just adhere that slightly to the straw. Where it sort of like sits underneath, I'm also going to pop some tacky glue under there as well. Bearing in mind this will dry clear, so don't worry if you've got it on your base. And then taking my other one, I'm just going to lay this over the top. So again, I'm just going to pop some tacky glue on this part and the bottom part. Then I'm going to layer this over the top. So if you feel like you haven't got enough, like I say, don't worry, just lift it up. It will dry clear. And then just pop those into place. So while I wait for these to dry a little bit, I'll be back for part 2.